Happy year 2020 to everyone, and I think that first day of the new year would be perfect to restart my YouTube channel. So originally I was just building electronics and doing some hacking, but since I've got quite a lot of gear, new and interesting gear, then I thought it might be interesting to do some reviews as well. And today's review will be Mavic Mini from DJI. So what do I think of DJI? I think it's like Apple company making drones. So everything is super easy to use, super user friendly, and yeah, it's all locked down. Even there probably are a lot more features than they actually put or allowed on the app and on the drone. So you can buy this drone either as a combo, which gives you extra 2 batteries, battery hub and prop guards and a few other things and pieces, which actually, if you want extra batteries, it actually comes out cheaper because single replacement battery is about £50. I bought a single drone, which comes just with a single battery, drone and charging cable, and I think a couple of spare props, not even a full set. So I also bought a little carrying case and some other bits and pieces which we will have a look at now. So this is my carrying case. Cost about £10. It's nice solid build with a little handle. So let's have a look inside. So I bought additional battery because I thought that would be definitely necessary if you're going on holiday and going for a full day out, because so far I had about over 20-minute flight time on single battery. So this is the case, that's remote. The only problem with this case, you can't keep the cable plugged into the remote, just there. So let's take the remote out. So that's a drone, all folded up. One thing I don't like about it is the floppy props when it's all folded up. But otherwise the size and everything is just absolutely perfect. So another thing I would suggest anyone wanting to buy this drone is go on eBay and buy loads of spare props. I think if you buy 2 sets of props, so that's full set for one replacement, it costs about £5. Obviously it comes from China, so there's quite a lot of waiting time, and I would suggest buy at least 3-4 sets, because that's the first thing which goes on this drone. I've had to replace props at least twice. I bought additional cable for the remote with a bit longer cable, just in case I want to use tablet or something like that. That's a charging cable which came with the drone. And what else do we have? Some more props, cables for other devices. So I'm using a phone with USB-C, so there's a cable for micro USB and iPhones. What else do I have there? It comes with little replacement bits, joysticks for the remote to screw in. So if you lose your original ones, you've got spare ones. I do have additional SD card as well in there. A bunch of screws. I actually reused the old screws from my previous replacements after putting some blue stuff on. As you can see, there is, I don't know if you can see, but there is some blue paint on the screws. which actually locks the screws in place, otherwise the vibration would make them unscrew. I've got a replacement screwdriver, do the prop replacement, and some more props in there. So that's what I basically carry with me when I go flying. So let's set up the drone for flying. I'm actually near a little airfield, so it's going to be interesting if and how it will fly around here. Since there are restriction zones in the app, you can actually check before you go to location and see if there are any restrictions, which I'll hopefully show you later. So let's switch on the drone first. I normally don't put it down till it's fully switched on because it does some gimbal moves, and if you put it down it may actually struggle moving the gimbal. Just need to find a nice spot because there is some grass around here. Hopefully that will work. Next thing we need to do is set up a controller. Unfolding the antennas. There are joysticks hidden in the remote, so let's put those on. And the phone I'm using is D30 Pro, so without a case it actually fits very nicely. So let's plug the phone in. Here we go. Just need to unlock it. And we just need to switch on remote, which then should start the app automatically, hopefully. Let's see. Here we go. So the app's kicked in. Okay, here we go. So in this spot I am unable to take off. Nice. Check map for recommendations. So let's go to the map. And there's barely any internet here. So let's see. I do have 2 bars. I did check it on a map, and theoretically I'm actually not in the area, as you can see there. Actually, let's do recording of the screen. I'm actually out of the restricted zone. As you can see, there's a big red thing, and surprisingly I'm still unable to take off. So I will need to find another location, and it's good to know. So even you are out of the red restricted area, ooh, there is actually more circles around it. Okay, so probably the blue area then counts as no-fly zone as well. So that's good to know. So, and these star-like things going out are actually restrictions as well. So near my house there are some of these as well, and I was able to fly up to 60 meters. So that's another thing to keep in mind. So it's not just restriction next to the airport, it's actually restrictions as well on these landing paths, I would say, or whatever. Okay, that's good to know. So it looks like I will need to find another spot to carry on this review. So, just got back to the car from my walk of shame, and let's see if we can find another location to carry on the review. So this is my new location, probably not the best one, with this guy barking in the background, but yeah, we will see how it goes. I have set up my drone to take off from the bag. The remote is ready. Okay, I think I'll stop recording until the dog decides to go. Yeah, and okay, the dog is gone, so let's see if we can take off. Let's do screen recording, take off, and this is actually restricted zone. So if we look at the map, if we zoom out, as you can see, yeah, there's one of these landing park things. So it's limited to 60 meters. Go back to the view. As you can see, I like to just underexpose it a bit. So I think this is a perfect spot to do all the quick shots. Go to the quick shots, and we're going to do the maximum of 40 meters since 60 is the thing, and let's do droney. For starters, we start, actually it is slightly underexposed, let's go -3. Stop on me, press start, and here we go. You can stop the quick shot at any point. Just press cross on the remote, and that's the drone goes off. Bloody hell, a bit rubbish signal here since we are close to town, and I think I'm actually set to 4 GHz frequency, so let's see if we can change that as well. Here we go, and the drone comes back to the original location where it started off. It's actually a bit higher. So, other way. Let's see, so transmission, if we go to oh no, I was in 2.4 GHz. Actually, I think to change frequencies we need to reboot the drone, so that's not an option. Let's try rocket, 40 meters. Let's press start. You can also drag and draw the square around yourself. Next thing we'll do the circle, so I'm gonna lift the drone up a bit, make sure there is nothing around me, and tilt the camera down. Actually, let's try, yeah, that should do. Select, and here we go. We have left the spiral thing. I think this will be probably most people's favorite. I am selected, and let's go. 3, 2, 1. As for height, I have pushed the drone up to 200 meters when I was on holiday, just above 200 meters before I started losing signal. I did fly across the lake. I've not measured how far that was, but that was fine as well, and it started losing signal on the other side of the lake. So next thing, I'll show you how to, I think it was here, yeah, how to enable gimbal to turn upwards above 0 degrees. So this is the tick box, and let's go back and let's try all the flight modes. We're shooting at 2.7K. Let's do some flying. So this is position mode, so default speed, and yeah, it's pretty nice speed as you can see. The signal here is really rubbish. Let's actually do a recording of that. So let's go a bit higher. Let's see the gimbal upward tilt as well while we're recording. And let's see, here we go. So we can tilt it up by 20 degrees. Another thing we can do is exposure lock. So let's say this is now at 0. Let's press exposure lock and let's see how that goes. Okay, let's move over to the sports mode. I think the best way to show the sports mode, but now we have some people coming, so I need to work out which way to do it, is to do it lower down. Change exposure, let's overexpose, whoa. And lock it down, so this is the default exposure. And best way to do the speed is to go backwards. Yeah, it is fast enough, I would say, for beginners. And let's go for the cinema mode. And this is absolutely brilliant. You press the joystick full blast forward and it actually just takes everything very smoothly and nicely. Here we go, let's fly over. You can do nice slow turns. So I think that's about it for the flying. Let's do an interesting shot. Get it over my head. Get the gimbal down, all the way down. And now we start going up and slowly turning. Another good thing is if you lose connection, then let's see, we're at 40, over 40 meters, 45. Okay, that's fine. If you lose connection, I think there is a safety section where you set this one here is auto return home, so if you lose connection it will rise up to that height and return home. Let's have a look at the battery levels. We still got about 44%, which is pretty cool. Let's come down. So yeah, absolutely brilliant little drone for holidays and I think for YouTube as well. 2.7K, I think it's perfect. I don't think that many people do actually 4K monitors and videos on YouTube. So yes, I think it's time for me now to go home, edit this video and go for a nice pint of beer. I think the sun is almost down as well, so not much filming can be done anymore. And yes, that's it for now. Full light camera performance, it's obviously it doesn't do very good, but I did do an interesting shot with me doing a little stunt, and the tracking worked in total darkness as long as there's enough light on the tracking area, so that's a good thing to know as well. So I'm home, just having a little bit of beer and just finishing off the edit, and I thought I'll throw in the additional thing I bought for the drone, which is prop guards. So I didn't really like the original prop guards which came with the drone, this massive crazy cage which goes all over the drone. And obviously Chinese manufacturers are very quick at coming up with their own solutions, and this is that. So let's see, so we got everything in frame, I think. So there are two different types of the prop guards. Two are for the front and two are for the back. The back ones have this little leg which folds, I don't know if you can see, folds up and down. So it actually gives a little leg, and also it just clips in without like a hinge. So there's like tiny little clip there. And then we have the front prop guards which have this hinge type of design which just clips in and opens. And there's also a little leg extension for the front. So let's see how hard it is to put these things on. So I have already organized them. There are, I think, letters on them, but to be honest, it's pretty easy. You just put it over the little motor as this, and just push it and it clips in place, and you can fold the leg down. So that's one done. Let's do the same thing for the other one. Don't know if you can actually see this, but yeah, you just put it on and it clips in place. Front ones, very similar. I think they went for different design because you can't really twist it since there's an antenna leg there. Let's get the props out of the way, and it just clips in. It does add additional weight to the drone, but for inside flying, I think this one didn't click, but I think it's perfect. The only problem, as you can see now, without the front leg things, it's pointing down. You could obviously fold the legs down and go with that, or you could add these additional things on. I don't think they matter which way they go on. And actually, here we go. And they lock in place. So let's put all the legs down, and it actually has a nice nice level standing up. So in this case, your gimbal, while it's switching on, would be actually alright. So yeah, and it does fly fine with them. I'm not gonna do it now because I just can't be asked. I'm tired, I can't be asked setting everything up, but it does fly. You can hear a little bit more struggle in the motors, but not much. In the end of the day, I've seen videos of people putting up GoPros and whatever on this tiny little drone. But yeah, prop guards. You can bounce in the walls, and you're not going to need to change the props when you bounce in a wall. So it's additional little bit I need to add to this very long video as it is. And to make it even longer, I'm going to throw in some more clips I've shot while I was on holiday. The first one will be the 200-meter height going up, and then I'll see what else is there. Alright guys, thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of the video.